My name is Hannah Kinnier. I'm a junior at Whitworth University. I was a UW cheerleading intern in 2009, and this is my story. This experience is more than I could have asked for. Not only did I meet awesome people, but I realized and used my gifts for the glory of God in such a tangible way that I never realized I could. Teaching cheerleading has always been a part of my life, especially the past few years, but never in a way that opened the door to share the gospel and the ultimate reason to be full of joy. Smiling, laughing, and singing are simple pleasures in life that are easy to brush off. But when kids from all over the country teach you what it's like to be overflowing with a love of life, you realize that we don't have it all together. I struggled at the beginning of the summer with doubt that these kids were old enough to know what they were talking about. I became a Christian when I was 5 and went through a long time where I wondered if I was truly saved. 1 Timothy 4:12 came to mind a lot this summer, telling me not to look down on these kids because they're young. But then I started asking, well, how young is too young? During my first week, though, I came across 1 Corinthians 15:58, which reads, "Therefore, my dear brothers, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain." I learned that it's not up to me to judge their hearts. I was just following God's call and being obedient to tell these kids about Him. The older I get, the more I look back on life and see how God is guiding me through the good and the bad. Uncharted waters was never a part of the plan for my summer. Yet lately, I've come to accept that you never know where life is taking you or where God is leading you. When Katrina originally asked me to come to her room and she told me about this sports ministry, I smiled and nodded and said I would tell the rest of my team, but I had no intention to look into it myself. But for some reason, I emailed Sam saying that I was interested, and we started talking. Next thing I knew, I was part of the UW team, flying to Oklahoma, having no idea what I was getting myself into, except for that I was way outside my comfort zone. I could keep going and tell you step by step everything I felt, learned, and was blessed by. But I can just tell you this, that this is the first time that I know that I did something that was truly a part of God's plan for my life, simply because it was exact opposite of what I thought I wanted. It wasn't my plan at all. Largely because of uncharted waters and the opportunities it gave me, this was the best summer of my life. Who knows what the futures will hold? I don't mind not knowing, but because we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, I'm totally okay with that.